Hi, I'm Daniel Linehan, and I'm going to tell you a bit about the two pieces that I'll be showing in Dublin Dance Festival. The first piece is called Montage for Three, and in this work, it's a duet. We were working with how to bring together these two opposite forms of dance and photography. And I say opposite because dance is something which has movement and has life and takes place in three dimensions and takes place in time, whereas photography is something flat and two-dimensional and it's without life, without movement. But I wanted to see how these two forms could interact in a performance so that the dancers, in a sense, try to give life to these photographs and to these people in the photographs and try to make something present which is no longer present, which is something that I want to be able to do through the live performance. And so we take photographs, some very famous photographs of, icons who you probably recognize, like Marilyn Monroe or Neil Armstrong on the moon or Albert Einstein. But we also take photographs from different sources, photographs from journalism or photographs from Facebook of more or less anonymous people. And I think it's interesting how photography is really infused in different facets of our lives, whether it be professional photography or amateur photography. And so this is something that, through the performance, I try to bring together the different functions of photography. And in the second performance, Not About Everything, this is a solo, and my first impulse for this dance was to try to find a way of moving which didn't have like a dance phrase aspect to it, but also it wasn't improvisation. So something which wouldn't be the normal thing to do in dance, which is either to make a choreography or to make an improvisation. And so what I did was I found this action of turning around in circles, something which would be constant and provide a constant momentum and a constant movement. And so throughout the whole performance, I keep on doing this action, and it kind of brings a certain physical energy and physical intensity that, even though I've performed this piece now over 50 times, I never get bored with it, because each time I do it, it brings me to this heightened physical state. And it's something that I also think can translate to the audience, because it's such an extreme physical state that the kind of energy and kinesthetic impulse that arises from it is something that kind of translates into the bodies of the audience. And also during this piece, I'm reciting text the whole time, and this text kind of talks about everything that the piece is not about. But through this discussion of what the piece is not about, these different ideas and subject matters come up, and they start to become what the piece is about. Because, but merely by mentioning the names of these subject matters, even though I'm saying it's not about this, I'm negating what it's about, but the subject matters still come up because I'm saying them out loud, which is something that, I find interesting in this aspect of language, that when you negate something, it still comes into the mind and becomes present.